disappointing to know that this happens in your backyard, you know? When Jordan Pabletti heard the news of the mass shooting at Geneva Presbyterian Church, he says he knew he had to do something.
It's just a gesture, something small, you know, but we leave flowers for moments like this.
Moments like this also call our local leaders to action.
As 5th District Supervisor, I am making sure that our county's mental health counselors are available for the victims and their families of today's shooting.
Then there's the non-human response.
Oh, thank you, Henry. Thank you. You're so sweet.
Henry is the Orange County Sheriff's Department trauma dog. He was there visiting with first responders and hospital staff at the Providence Mission Hospital in Mission Viejo, where 2 of Sunday's shooting victims were being treated in the trauma center.
When they see the dog, you know, everything just, all the oxytocins flow, you know, the blood pressure drops, all that good stuff makes them just feel so much better. Just that 2-minute interaction was huge.
Back at the scene,
I'm kind of wrestling with both, you know, anger, but also just sadness.
Jordan Pabletti tells us he didn't know any of the victims personally, but in his opinion, that had no bearing on him wanting to be there for his community.
I'd love to, you know, meet the parishioners who come here to Geneva Presbyterian and want to offer my support and condolences for sure.
Jordan also made a good point about this community not yet done reeling from those massive fires a few days ago. Now they're having to deal with a new type of tragedy. I'm Jake Reiner, CBS 2 News.
Of course, stay with CBS 2 News for continuing coverage on the Geneva Presbyterian Church shooting. For updates anytime, just go to our website, cbsla.com.
The victims of yesterday's mass shooting in Buffalo, New York were remembered today here in Los Angeles. Local activists getting together and speaking about the 10 people attacked at a supermarket there. Members of the LA Policy Roundtable also holding a moment of silence. Here at home, they're also demanding California lawmakers do more to stem the spread of gun violence.
We're sending a message. We are deeply outraged and concerned, and the message is this. We have gun violence prevention legislation that's been stalled. Can't do a thing about it. Nothing has happened. So it's no accident that we see what happened in Buffalo.
Meanwhile, people in Buffalo tonight are still searching for answers. Federal agents now say they've interviewed the 18-year-old suspect's parents. Tonight, authorities are still calling the attack a racially motivated hate crime. Here's CBS 2's Kevin Rincon.
This is not open season on African Americans.
There are tears and prayers along with anger and many questions after a mass shooting at a Buffalo supermarket left 10 dead and 3 injured.
The message that should be sent is we won't tolerate this.
Angry, upset, heartbroken.
Jerome Bridges says he was working in aisle 14 at the Tops Friendly Market when a gunman wearing armor and military-style clothing opened fire.
I started running, and then he stopped firing, reloaded, and started firing again.
Police say it took less than 2 minutes for officers to arrive and force the gunman, who was live streaming the rampage, to surrender. Authorities say 11 of the 13 victims were black. Investigators found 3 weapons, including a rifle and shotgun in the suspect's car, and an AR-15 in his possession. The N-word was written on the barrel of his gun.
This individual came here with the express purpose of taking as many black lives as he possibly could.
Dion Elliott lost his brother. He was at the store buying a cake for his son's birthday.
And now I have no brother?
Okay.
He's got no father?
This community lost an 86-year-old mother of a retired fire commissioner. They also lost the life of a police officer who was retired working as a security guard.
I can't say enough about our retired fellow colleague, Aaron Salter, who confronted this individual to save the lives of others.
The suspect is in custody on suicide watch after pleading not guilty to a murder charge. Police say so far the investigation shows he acted alone. Kevin Rincon, Buffalo, New York.
The number of mass shootings in this country is troubling. The Gun Violence Archive, which tracks the numbers, defines a mass shooting as 4 or more people shot or killed, excluding the shooter. After the church shooting today, we have had 200 mass shootings so far in 2022. With just over 19 weeks into the year, this averages out to about 10 such attacks a week. That's about the same average as last year, but the numbers have been steadily rising over every year. Well, still to come here on CBS 2 News at 11, homeowners on edge.
armed robberies hitting the same neighborhood again. The latest on that investigation. And more evacuation orders lifted in the wake of the coastal fire in Laguna Niguel. The very latest coming up.
Plus, highlights from tonight's total lunar eclipse and when you can catch the next one. Yes, we get a special treat this year. Good evening, everyone. Live look outside at LAX where it is busy, but it is clear and temperatures are dropping. We'll talk about your work week forecast coming up next.
And highlights from the Dodgers and Angels. Jim Hill has that coming up later on Sports Central.